Oklahoma City Thunder beat the Denver Nuggets 125-93 in a Game 7, which means they are moving on to the Western Conference Finals against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So we're going to see SGA, who likely will now win the MVP award, against Anthony Edwards, who's looking like the Legend Slayer. He got LeBron up out of there. He got KD up out of there. This year he got Steph Curry up out of there, even though Steph Curry only played one game. I was wrong, guys. I picked Denver to win this series in 7. I just felt like because of the experience, because they have the best player in the NBA, because Denver has already won a championship 2 years ago, I thought they were going to beat this team based off of experience. OKC has no veterans on their team. The oldest player on their team is Alex Caruso, who's 31 years old. He did win a championship with the Lakers, but that was in a bubble, so I don't really give 100% credit on that. Listen, guys, I still think Nikola Jokic should win MVP for what he did in the regular season. And let's be honest, man, this Denver team, they went much farther than everybody thought they was going to go. Their coach, Mike Malone, who I feel like should have never been fired. Mike Malone was pretty much fired right before the playoffs started. And the fact that this team made it this far, they went 7 games with the best team in the Western Conference. Denver's record was 50-32. OKC's record was 68-14. So OKC has shown all season long that they were the better team. And the fact that Denver made this 7 games, it says a lot, man. I would still say Nikola Jokic deserves to be MVP over SGA. But OKC, man, the Thunder, they surprised me, man. They definitely surprised me. Now, let's get into it, right? Michael Porter Jr. has to be traded this offseason. Michael Porter Jr., he didn't show up this entire series. This guy had 6 points today. 6 points. 0 for 4 from the 3 for 8 overall. We're going to give Aaron Gordon a pass because he had a grade 2 hamstring injury, and he still played, man. He played through that. If you guys are watching the game, he obviously was in pain. He was hobbling. He fought through the pain, and he showed up for his team when they needed him the most. Unfortunately, he was just not able to have an effective game. But Aaron Gordon has hit game winners in this playoffs. Aaron Gordon has showed that he's a star and that he's not just a dunker. He's not just a player that participates in dunk contests. He's an NBA champion. He can score. He can hit threes. He can score in the paint. And, he did everything in his power to try to help his team advance to the Western Conference Finals. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. Jamal Murray had a horrible game today. Jamal Murray had 13 points, 1 for 8 from the 3, 6 for 16 overall. And I keep telling you guys this, man. This is why Jamal Murray has never made an all-star team. This is why Jamal Murray is not looked at as one of the top point guards in the NBA, because he's not consistent. Every time the Denver Nuggets play the Los Angeles Lakers, Jamal Murray looks like fucking Michael Jordan mixed with Steph Curry. But when he plays other teams, he does not consistently play good basketball. You look at Game 6, Jamal Murray was sick, right? Was questionable to even play. And he had a great game in Game 6. And in Game 7, the guy, he couldn't make a three-pointer to save his life. I just don't understand what's going on with Jamal Murray. I wouldn't be surprised if the Denver Nuggets try to trade Jamal Murray, man, because he's not consistent. When you look at earlier in the season when Russell Westbrook was in the starting lineup because Jamal Murray was injured, the Denver Nuggets were playing very good basketball. And then when Jamal Murray got back into the starting lineup, they were having some problems. And then ultimately, Russell Westbrook was put back to the bench, and then Mike Malone was fired. But, Russell Westbrook did not have a good game tonight either. He caused a lot of turnovers. He only had 6 points off the bench, 2 for 5 from the 3, 2 for 7 overall. He only had 5 rebounds and 2 assists. Russell Westbrook, we got to talk about this, right? Russell Westbrook, this was possibly your last game to ever be played in the NBA, right? There's a possibility that nobody's going to sign you next year. There's a possibility that Russell Westbrook is literally going to be forced into retirement next year, right? And him knowing that, you knowing your history in the playoffs, you knowing that since you and Kevin Durant went to the NBA Finals against LeBron James, D-Wade, and Chris Bosh, the Miami Heat, a lot of people forget about that. A lot of people forget that Russell Westbrook was in the NBA Finals one time in his career when he was on OKC with James Harden and Kevin Durant, right? Since then, you've been unable to get back to the finals. You know, you've gotten to the Western Conference Finals, obviously, when you and KD went up against Steph Curry and the Warriors, right? I think they were up, 3-1 or 3-2, and then Golden State came back and won that series, which was ridiculous. And then the following season, Kevin Durant went to the Golden State Warriors to win 2 NBA championships back-to-back. And they went to the finals 3 times, but they lost that third one because KD ended up, I think he tore his Achilles, right? So Russell Westbrook, you've got to, bro, like, with you knowing that this possibly could have been your last chance to possibly get an NBA championship, your last game ever in the NBA, you've got to play better. And this is why Russell Westbrook has failed to win an NBA championship in his career. He causes too many turnovers. He has very poor basketball IQ. He makes bad passes, causes too many turnovers. He's not a consistent shooter. And now that at this point in his career, we're at the last chapter of Russell Westbrook's career, he's not as athletic as he used to be. So he's not able to get to the rim and attack the paint like he did in his prime when he was on the OKC Thunder. And Russ, you're going against the team that you won an MVP award with. You won the MVP award with OKC the year after KD left, right? You took this team to the finals. Russ, you've got to be better, man. You've got to play with more urgency. You've got to play smarter. This was your game to show people that you can be an NBA champion. And you folded. You folded. You know? Like, it's not like anybody else that came off the bench was effective. Homeboy that was going off last game, I believe his name is Jay Strother. He went off last game, game 6 against the Thunder. I think he had like 20-something points off the bench. Tonight, he only had 6 points. 0 for 2 from the 3, 3 for 8 overall. You know, Pickett had 6 points off the bench. Tyson had 5 points off the bench. Like, Russ, this was your chance to step up and, you know, help your team secure this victory. And you didn't. You literally, you played you didn't give your team any chance of winning this game, bro. You folded. You know, you didn't show up. You didn't provide any positivity. You didn't provide anything good off the bench tonight, bro. And this was possibly the last game that we're going to see of Russell Westbrook, bro. I told y'all before the season started, I said, this is going to be Russell Westbrook's last year in the league. You were on the OKC Thunder. Then you went to the Houston Rockets. Then you went to the Washington Wizards. Then you went to the Los Angeles Lakers. Then you went to the Los Angeles Clippers. Now you're on the Denver Nuggets. Besides the Wizards, all of those teams, you had a chance to compete for a championship and you failed. And we have to hold Russell Westbrook accountable. He's still going to be in the Hall of Fame. He still has the most triple doubles of all time past Oscar Robertson. We can't take that away from Russ. But when it comes down to being a champion, Russell Westbrook is not going to win an NBA championship. This was the last strike. Like, guys, let me know in the comment section, what team do you see signing Russ next year? Like, let's be honest. We know he's not going back to Denver. He's not going back to the Denver Nuggets. Remember, before Mike Malone got fired, you know, the president and the owner of the Denver Nuggets, they had a problem with Mike Malone starting Russell Westbrook and giving him all those minutes over other players that they felt like deserved more minutes than Russ. That was part of the reason why Mike Malone got fired. You know, Nikola Jokic is the one that wanted Russell Westbrook to join his team. Obviously, he has a good relationship with Aaron Gordon because Aaron Gordon has said at press conferences he's doing everything in his power to help Russ get his first ring. Russ is not coming back to the Denver Nuggets next year, y'all. He's not. There's no way in hell he's ever going back to the Lakers, right? He damn sure ain't going back to the Clippers. Where's he going to go? Worst case scenario, the only team I can see Russ going back to is OKC, and he will be coming off the bench. We know he's not going to start, right? You look at OKC's team, they got Chet Holmgren, they got Jay Will, Shout out to Jay Will. He had a bad game last game. He definitely bounced back, had 24 points, 2 for 5 for the 3, 10 for 17 overall. You got Chet Holmgren. You got Hartenstein, the starting center. You got SGA, 34 points. Shout out to SGA, man. Balled his ass off tonight. You got Lou Dort. Worst case scenario, man, I think OKC, just because of their history, I could see OKC signing Russell Westbrook and having him come off the bench, to give him a last chance to get a championship. But I think OKC has moved on, man. I don't think that's too risky for OKC, because all it takes is one player to ruin the chemistry of a dynasty, right? It's like having a bunch of dominoes standing up, right? All it takes is one bad player to knock down all of those dominoes and just fuck everything up. And I think that's what Russell Westbrook is, man. He's a team cancer. I hate to say that, but the way that he plays basketball, he does not play winning basketball. So I think this is the last we've seen of Russell Westbrook. He's had a hell of a career. He's had a longer career than, the average NBA player. And it's over, man. So congratulations to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Once again, I was wrong. I know y'all gonna kill me in the comments. Your boy Wavy was wrong. And it is what it is, man. I'm ready for this Thunder and Wolves series. Let's get it. I'm out.